Welcome to the Powerful Komiksman podcast. This is Jerald Dorado, and this is my 40th birthday special. I suppose you can call that it as well. Okay, so this is 40 Life Wisdom at 40 series, wherein I share 40 life lessons, ideas, and codes that I follow most of the time, and I believe in. And yeah, I just want to share this with you to commemorate my 40th birthday. All right, so this podcast is brought to you by Mutual Cakes. Check out at hello.mucha on Instagram and Facebook. That's HELLO.MIUCCIA. That is our little online pastry shop where goodness and the heavenly pleasures are all jam-packed into cookies, cakes, wedding cakes, donuts, and other unexpected treats. Very unique, very creative. Just check it out on Instagram at hello.mucha. Okay, so let's go on with this entry. We are at number 11. So that means there's 10 more that's already discussed. And 39 more upcoming topics for this series, 40 Life Wisdom at 40. Okay, so at number 11, it is okay to change your mind. Okay, so it's okay to change your mind. This is a very wide topic. Of course, at face value, it's about, I would say, the first thing that I thought about with when you say that it's okay to change your mind is that you are allowed to to come up to believe in new ideas and be safe from judgment of others, that they should not see you as, I don't know, somebody with no principle, or somebody who is even a traitor, diba? Or somebody who's weak-minded, and somebody with no commitment. Okay, so while there are instances where that would be true, because being genuine is also connected with this, changing your mind without the sincerity, or changing your mind because you are lying, you are being deceitful. That's a different topic. But what I'm saying is changing your mind because you are presented with new evidence, because you are open to enriching yourself, enriching your mind with new knowledge, with new wisdom. And it comes with first, the acceptance of our very first entry in this series, accepting that you do not know everything, accepting that you know nothing, diba? And with that, I think this would be the second step. If you accept that you don't really know things, you are presented the things that you know right now, is subject for revision because things are not all things are known to you, and it's it's nice to hold on to something, to hold on to a belief, but it is not healthy anymore if you are just holding to that belief, and there are already questions lurking in your mind kung gaano ka totoo, or alam mo yun, hindi ka na-believe din sa idea. It is slowly but surely getting proven to be incorrect, or or inappropriate, or pwedeng inappropriate or uh, inapplicable, siguro yun ang mas tamang word. Inapplicable for your life, on how you live, on the state of your well-being, of your happiness, of your mental health. Diba? If you are starting to have doubts, then it is time for you to examine um the core of the belief. Diba? Whether it's a relationship question, if you should stay in a relationship or not, or maybe a decision, maybe on what kind of course to take in college, or should you pursue an activity, let's say a sport, or I don't know, podcasting, kunyari, ganyan, or whatever pet project that you might have, or maybe belief in religion. Of course, that is also a common theme for this idea. It is sometimes it is painful. Kumbaga parang may physical pain ka na nararamdaman, although it's just something that's bothering you in your mind. It's hard to kumbaga steer away from something that has become a habit to you, that has become a foundation of your beliefs. Let's say religion. That's a tough one. If you have based everything in your life to the divine, to a god, and then suddenly you are being confronted with new ideas and thoughts. That actually happened to me. I used to be a Christian. I was baptized Catholic, but my father brought me into a born again church, and it's that is the values. Those were the values that stuck to me more. Although it's not too different, but there are some beliefs that and ways that is about ways about the born again Christian ways that's more attractive to me. And for siguro more than half of my life, diba? I think mga until I was 25 or 26, mga ganun. I was holding on to that belief, even though kahit nung as young as mga grade 6, parang I've been questioning God already. But it's just that I did not have an answer. I did not have an answer. I did not have an alternative for it. So I hang on to the theistic belief. And now I have I don't want to say agnostic anymore because I'm actually more of a Christian. Just it's just that I do not believe in the divinity of the Christian deities anymore. Pero the values are pretty much the same. The um what's that called? Judo judo Christian um teachings. I don't know if that's the right term. Basta parang ganun, Jewish na Christian. And that had been a huge part of my identity. Kumbaga, without the teachings, the lessons that I learned in Sunday school and with my father, mga sinasabi niya sa akin, I would not have been the person that I am right now. And it was hard for me to completely drop it and even accept. Alam mo yun, parang it's even though I probably was convinced already na to be to drop the belief in the divine when I was still maybe in college, ganun, late college. Pero it was hard for me to admit, even to myself. Diba? I was still praying, even though I'm questioning. But that's just one example. Diba? And I don't want to, if you are a theist, if you're a Christian or Muslim, that's fine. I get why you believe in such a passionate way. If you are really hard on religion, I get it because I was like that before. It's just that I changed. But the respect and understanding kung bakit on why people would have a tendency to believe in such ideas, I totally get it. So it's alam mo yun, I get that how much help that you can, how much the capacity of a person to depend on such beliefs. I get it. But again, this is not just for religion. This could apply to anything, any decision, big or small, diba? Whether you believe, whether kung anong, I don't know, maybe nakipagtalo ka sa isang kaibigan mo or anyone, tapos you have a stand. Maybe it's politics, diba? Maybe it's something as petty as a gossip. Nagchichismisan kayo, 'di ba? Bakit kaya ganun ang ginawa niya, 'di ba? Bakit? Ano 'yun, just guessing how people would react or making judgment on other people's actions. Siguro ganito kasi ginawa niya 'yun kasi ganito siya, kasi ganitong iniisip niya. Alam mo 'yun, mga those are common things. Those are, to me, those are petty ones. Pero this could also apply on more important things, 'di ba? Like politics, or like if you are a public servant, 'di ba? If you're the president, 'di ba? presidente ka ng bansa, tapos you would have to base your decisions on the things that you know, on the facts that are presented to you. And it is okay to change your mind if you had been proven wrong, or sometimes you don't hindi necessarily na proven wrong ka eh. It's just that there's a new approach on how to tackle a problem. Madaming mga instances na ganun. Kumbaga, or hindi pa kumpleto yung mga facts na available sa'yo. That's why you are making a decision based dun lang sa available sa'yo. Pero once you get to learn the new detail, you would be you would have an entirely different take. So hindi ka pa rin mali doon. Hindi ka lang talaga informed, 'di ba? Pwedeng let's say you think hindi ka dapat magalit dun sa isang tao. Halimbawa, kunyari, meron kang kaibigan, galit siya dun sa isang tao na feeling mo okay naman, wala siyang dahilan para magalit. Pero hindi mo alam kasi. So, sasabihin mo sa kanya, bakit ka ba nagagalit dyan? Babait naman, ganyan. Diba? This is just a little example, ha? And then you find out, kaya pala siya galit, ninakawan pala siya. Or he made an offense to him or her, to your friend. So, kung alam mo yun from the beginning, then you would understand. Diba? So, that's just a little example nung sinasabi ko about not knowing all the available facts. Pero, I think one way to at least make sure you are deciding in the best what would you call that? You are deciding, you're making, kumbaga, you're lessening the probability na magkamali ka. Kumbaga, parang pinapataas mo yung, kasi sometimes hindi mo talaga alam eh. You would not know anything. Pero para tumaas yung probability mo na maging tama yung magiging decision mo, then you can use the scientific method for that as well, 'di ba? Hindi lang siya for experiments. Hindi lang, some people might think just because let's pull up the scientific method. Okay, just because this was taught to us nung elementary pa tayo, na in the science in our science classes, in the science setting, mostly experiments ang ini-introduce yan when we are introduced into experiments in school when we were kids. Pero you can actually apply this into any other decision in your life. Kahit emotional decision yan, kahit financial, kahit relationship decision, mga ganyan. It also applies. Kasi this is you just have to learn how to adapt it into any situation. So you can observe, yan nakalagay. So this is a cycle actually. There's actually no first or last. A conclusion can come first. Kasi dun sa science, una muna may observation yung number 1 eh, tapos conclusion yung last. Pero actually, pwedeng conclusion yung mauna. 'Di ba? Kasi let's say merong chinismis sa'yo yung kaibigan mo. Parang ganito si na kunyari nasisante sino ba? Si Miko. Ulta nasisante. Hindi, wag na si Miko. Basta ako si Engelbert, 'di ba? Ayan, si Engelbert nasisante dahil ano bang ginawa? Dahil nahuli siya ng asawa ng boss niya na kinakalantari nahuli siya ng boss niya na may affair siya dun sa asawa ng boss niya. Diba? Kunyari. So that is the conclusion. This is lame. Pero sige, tuloy natin. So, yun yung nagsimula na yung conclusion, di ba? Parang, kasi ngayon, naalamin mo kung totoo ba. Totoo ba yun? Una, tanungin mo muna si Engelbert. Totoo bang nasisante ka ba, di ba? Kasi nagsimula ka na sa conclusion. Hindi ka, tapos, pwede kang magtanong and then question. And, meron kang hypothesis. I'm sure you're gonna get how you can apply this to any situation. Diba? Parang, do not take everything. Kumbaga, parang, just because may nagsabi sa'yo, doesn't mean totoo na. Baka parang, this is how, nagkakagulo-gulo yung politics eh. Diba? Parang, dapat magalit ka kay dapat magalit ka kay Trump. Dapat magalit ka kay Duterte, 'di ba? Dapat magalit ka kay Lenny, 'di ba? O kaya dapat mahalin mo si ganito. Dapat ito yung tama, 'di ba? Ito yung acceptable, 'di ba? Tanggapin mo dapat tong Me Too. Itong #MeToo na to, 'di ba? Dapat ganito ka mag-isip. If you're not gonna apply this yun yung example siguro. That's a better example. Parang may conclusion ka na agad. Na parang dapat magalit ka kay Duterte, 'di ba? O dapat maniwala ka kay Duterte. Dapat mahalin mo siya. 'Di ba? So conclusion yun eh. So you can observe. So dapat ba talaga na mahalin o magalit kay Duterte? Or maybe just be fair to him. Diba? Pwede mong observe ano bang ginagawa niya. Tapos you can start questioning and make experimentations. So siguro kaya niya ginagawa ito dahil ganito ba. It's a little hard, especially for big picture politics. Pero there are more manageable instances in our daily lives when you can apply this, when interacting with your kids, when interacting with your boss, your office mates, or anyone, 'di ba? Parang it's important to be informed whenever you are placed in the position to come up with a decision. Kasi again, that will fall into integrity, 'di ba? You would like to be known. It is actually preferable to be known, to have to be somebody who comes up with sound decision, with respectable ones. Kasi not everybody will agree to you, 'di ba? Even if you can come up with a reasoning kung bakit dapat hindi ka magalit kay Duterte or dapat magalit ka, 'di ba? You can come up with reasons pero you should be honest. Hindi lahat mag-a-agree sa iyo. Definitely hindi lahat mag-a-agree sa iyo. Merong mga vehement sa paniniwala nila. And that's okay. Kasi hindi mo naman mapi-please lahat. 'Di ba? Um, napag-usapan natin yan dun sa previous episodes dito sa series na to. So, I'm not gonna repeat those. Sa pagiging kung totoo, 'di ba? So, if it's the truth, you would need to be honest and base your decisions on how you feel, and how you feel should be based in experimentation, in careful analysis of facts presented to you that you discover or told. I think that would lessen your chances for mistake, or at the very least lessen the chances that you will say or commit to an idea that you will regret later. 'Di ba? Kasi parang, ano mo yun, maybe, I'm sure there would be people from Nazi Germany na nagregret sila na bakit ko ba sinuportahan tong mga Nazi na to, 'di ba? I'm sure may mga hindi, pero alam mo yun, a lot of people probably were deceived into believing something na hindi naman nila pinapaniwalaan talaga. Pero they just went with what is popular, what was being dictated to them. And they did not apply critical thinking to their decision. So, yeah, so this is about the scientific method. This is about critical thinking as well. And this is about integrity and minimizing parang the chances nga of ano yun, standing in the wrong team. 'Di ba? Na parang that would suck, 'di ba? Bawa umabot when shit hits the fan, nakikipaggera ka na. Tapos nandun ka, you end up fighting for the side na you think was wrong. Kung alam mo lang na, kung alam mo yun, that would suck big time, 'di ba? Or you would let's say may magkaaway ka na kaibigan, 'di ba? Parang maniniwala ka agad dun sa sulsul ng isang tao. Tapos malalaman mo later it's the other way around pala. Yun palang kinakampihan mo, yun pala yung kupal talaga. 'Di ba? So that's gonna suck for you. And that would be on you kasi hindi mo inalam. Hindi ka muna nagtanong, hindi ka muna naniguro, nagsigurado kung ano talaga yung situation. And again, it's always an option to apologize, pero iwasan natin yun, that you would have to apologize kasi makakasakit ka ng mga tao. And to be able to do these things, you should be open to change your mind, na parang yun din, na parang just because naniniwala ka na sa isang bagay, if you're presented with new new details, you should have first the humility to accept that you are wrong, and then two, you should have the integrity to stop what you're doing once you figure out that you are in the wrong side, 'di ba? And siguro have the boldness to take action. Kumbaga hindi sapat na you just realize it. Dapat gawin mo, 'di ba? Umalis ka dun sa team na 'yon, or make adjustments. Diba? Yun, ang mang hindi ka naniniwala sa Diyos, tapos nasa church ka pa rin. Ang labo mo nun. Diba? Medyo, I don't know, maybe you like hanging out in the church. Pero for me, that's, medyo malabo yun. You would have to eventually admit to those dun sa mga ka-churchmate mo na hindi ka na naniniwala dun sa pinapaniwalaan nila. Pero nakakatakot yun kasi you might lose friends, di ba? Especially if that has become your life. Or the same thing kung sa work yan, di ba? Hindi ka na masaya sa trabaho pero you're still staying because you like the camaraderie. Those are traps. That's a topic for a different episode. And yun, siguro let's end this. It is okay to change your mind. Just make sure that you are changing it based on new evidence and beliefs, and maintain integrity, maintain a good character. You're doing it on good faith, and kumbaga sincere ka. That's it. So check out the next episodes and the previous ones in this 40 Life Wisdom at 40 series on the Powerful Komiksman podcast. I hope you enjoy. Please share this to your friends or to anyone who you think might benefit in hearing the things that I just said. And I'll see you in the next episode, number 12. All right. Powerful Comics Man podcast.